Hi, I'm Rowena and this is my channel, A Fuller World. If you've been watching, you know that me and my camera shy hubby Kirk have been exploring the amazing New Zealand in our camper van Vandalf throughout our Honeymoon New Zealand series. We've seen the magic of the North Island and we're currently winding our way through the spectacular South, where we hope you continue to enjoy our adventures.
Alright guys, so we are nearing the end of our New Zealand trip, which is really sad, but we do have one little trick up our sleeve left. So we've come about an hour and a half north of Christchurch to this cute little seaside town called Akaroa. And Akaroa is really special because it's the only French settlement here in New Zealand. And you can see the influence just driving through the town. Instead of like Smith Street and William Street, there's like Rue de la Croix and that sort of thing. So it definitely has a little bit of a French seaside town vibe. But we have something really special planned going out on the harbour for tomorrow. And I think it's going to be a great little way to sort of end our trip here in New Zealand. Today we've come out with Eco Secret Tours and we are on the hunt for some hector dolphins. We have spotted them, so we're just hoping we can find some that are receptive enough to jump in and swim with them. So far so good. There he is. Alright, so we've come out with a small pot of Hector's dolphins. We're the smallest dolphin in New Zealand, about 1.2 to 1.4 metres in length. And hopefully they're interested enough to come and have a look at us. Wow! Right there. Yeah, up right here. Let's go towards you now. Let's go through. This is really cool. It's so close. I don't know if you can see it properly on the camera, but this is a very cool experience. Whew. Right there. That was awesome.
There it goes.
So we've made it back to Christchurch, and sadly that means that we're saying goodbye to Vandalf today. You can probably see behind me we've packed him all up. We've only got a few more hours left with him before we drop him back off. We've got a couple more days in Christchurch before we catch our plane. But I have to say I'm really sad to see the van go. I think Kirk and I have both enjoyed van life a lot more than we thought we would. I think it's a really great way to travel around New Zealand. I'd really recommend it. But that's it, I think. Thanks Vandalf, and bye. Bye bye Vandalf, we'll miss you. So for our last day here in Christchurch, we've come down to the Riverside Marketplace, which is actually a really cool looking market. It's got lots of different food stalls and other produce stalls as well. But we're going to sit down and have a couple of drinks, have something to eat, and pretty much just relax and enjoy the last day. just had at the Kaiser Brew Garden up in the Riverside Markets was honestly so good. I highly recommend. But I did make a cheeky second stop there as well. It seems to be a thing in New Zealand to have cookie stalls everywhere, which I do not mind. So I stopped to get myself a warm cinnamon cookie, and honestly, like, it sort of tastes like Christmas. It's like cinnamony, it's warm, it's gooey, it's a bit gingery. It's so good. I really recommend stopping for a cookie. So we've come down to the Canterbury Earthquake Memorial here in Christchurch because in 2011 Christchurch had a massive earthquake which really sadly resulted in 185 people losing their lives. I think for Kirk and I the really sort of crazy thing is that you can still see the flow-on impact that the earthquake has on this city. We were talking about it before, and as you walk through the city there's some really sort of cool areas where there's a lot of street life. It's really modern, there's cool street art, a lot of food, you know, it's really buzzing. And then you walk around the corner and there's this sort of abandoned building, abandoned patch that's been half ripped down or completely ripped down and no one's rebuilt. So the city feels kind of almost like really patchy between really vibrant and almost deserted. So it's crazy to think 11 years on that the impact of such that big earthquake is still felt in the city and around this area. We are very sadly moving on from Christchurch. We've got a really early flight tomorrow morning, which means this is our last day in New Zealand. So we're just going to go and enjoy the rest of the day, check out the rest of the city. But New Zealand will definitely have a special place in our hearts. We are definitely coming back here. This has been an amazing trip. And honestly, we can't wait to come back and see more of what New Zealand has to offer in the future. Sadly, that's it for us and Christchurch, and that's it for New Zealand as well. It's honestly been the most magical last 4 weeks. I'd really recommend coming over here and grabbing a camper van like we did and travelling around the country. We've done so many crazy things, all the way from Auckland up in the north, down here to the south and then back up to Christchurch. I can't even think of them, you know, Milford Sound, the bungee jumping, riding the bikes around Queenstown, like every single thing we've done has been amazing, and I honestly couldn't pick a favourite. This country is just so beautiful. So that's it. I think, like I said, I'd recommend coming here. We'll definitely be back one day, but for now, bye New Zealand.